Matt Justice here for Tackle Trading. Want to do a quick video on kind of market updates, seeing what's happening in the market. Obviously, last week was a absolutely bloodbath in the market in comparison to what we've seen recently. As you can see, had a lot of volatility last week. Ended the week down about 65 points in the S&P 500 itself, and I expect more to continue to the downside as well. With the futures market open right now, you're seeing a little bit of a drop in price in the futures market as well, just a continuation of what we saw last week. And we'll see kind of, it's still a lot of time. We still got, all night, and we still got the Asian markets, and we still got the European markets. We still got the Australian market to open up. So it will be interesting to see kind of what happens in the market tomorrow. But looking at kind of the price action last week, let's flip this to a weekly chart real quick, and let's analyze each one of the major market indexes. Here's the major market right now, and obviously we have slowing momentum right there. You're coming down into a double bottom, and I don't think you've broken support yet on the S&P 500. I think that support level is going to be tested very, very quickly tomorrow, and that's right around 1900. It's currently at 1906 right now. If you look at the major trends, though, the trend lines that have been fairly dominant for the better part of the last little while, and you're right there, and you're kind of breaking that major trend line, connecting this one here, and you can actually take it up to here as well if you want to do that one. And that does look like it's had a significant break on that trend line, and it does make me not worried, but it does make me think that the high frequency systems are going to start getting in line with one another right now, and possibly short the market as well. So that's on the S&P 500. On the Nasdaq, you're looking at being at major support right now. If I connect these trend lines here, you've already broken that trend line. If you connect that prior pivot right there, that is definitely a breaking of support, but you do have the 50-day moving average right there, and I think that's going to be important. On the Russell 2000, obviously I've been bearish on the Russell 2000 for the better part of really, looking at 3 months now. But I want to show you something on the Russell 2000. I mean, just an absolutely beautiful M formation right there. Comes back up into the exact same level it's seen right there. I mean, that is really kind of a picture perfect reversal, and then just slaughtered last week. Down 50 points on the week last week. That's close to 5% on the week last week, just in the Russell 2000. And then I'm very bearish on the small cap stocks. And then we have right here the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones is currently at support with slowing momentum right there, potentially reversal patterns forming as well. All markets are getting tested right now. I am bearish on the Russell 2000. I am not bearish yet on the Nasdaq, S&P 500, or the Dow. However, that could change very, very, very quickly. I am holding a slightly bearish portfolio with about a 60 to 40% ratio, which basically means 60% of the portfolio I have right now is bearish, 40% is bullish, and then I have a lot of neutral trades in terms of volatility-based trades like strangles and whatnot, setting up for earnings. Earnings season is going to be kicking. We had Alcoa had its quarterly report this past week. Let's go ahead and look at Alcoa real quick as a little bit of a recap here. Alcoa reported better than expected earnings, beat its estimates, beat the analyst. However, just given the fact that the markets are turning over, gapped up in the morning on Alcoa, and then just kind of throughout the market last week, Thursday and Friday, just followed the market back lower. You did have a double top right there. You did have a double bottom before the earnings report. As a longer-term investor, you should have been out before the report, given the fact that you were showing reversal tendencies. You did have a little bit of a death cross in terms of the crossing of the two moving averages there as well. One thing I do want to look at is on the S&P 500. Let's add a study here, and that study is going to be the 200-day moving average. So let's pull up the 200-day moving average. Give it some thickness there, and let's put this bad boy, let's put it as a forest green. And if, as you can see, guys, you are testing that 200-day moving average right now. Very significant levels of support right there. Last time it tested that level was all the way down here. And as you can see, let's remove the blue line. As you can see, it held, and now we're testing that again right here. This was the coming into the end of the year in 2012. This was the summer of 2012. And if you look back to here, it tested there, bounced up, and then that was the summer of 2011. I expect some similar price action in the marketplace right now. A little worrisome if you're long stock. If you're not, it's obviously a good thing. So make sure you're hedging yourself. Make sure you get those portfolio hedges in terms of put options on the S&P 500 or the Dow or the Russell to offset some of your risk out there in your retirement accounts. When you're looking at this week in the marketplace, we're talking about a fairly important week in terms of earnings season. But if you look at that economic calendar as well, we're going to pull it up very quickly if my internet connection wants to play around. This week we got big week in terms of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, PPI report retail sales numbers. You have the beige book right there as well. That's a Fed report. Then on Thursday, you have the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. And on Friday, building permits, big speech by Fed Chairman Yellen, and as well as University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report. Earnings, geopolitical situation, lots of economic reports, and a global meltdown out there in terms of all financial markets. Look for a tremendous volatility this week. Look for a lot of whipsaw effects. Trade with caution, and if you're a little nervous out there, that's okay. Just go to a cash position until we get a little bit better of a direction in the marketplace. Matt Justice for Tackle Trading. Check us out on the website, www.tackletrading.com. Gino posted a new scouting report just recently. It has some killer bearish trades on it. Had a great bearish scouting report last week as well. Check out Tim Justice's, Coach Tim's newsletter as well. And as always, check out the Coaches Show. We are going to have a new Coaches Show live in person on Tuesday of this week. Obviously, getting people ready to protect their investments through the protect to put option, as well as look at the marketplace this week. Matt Justice,